Disney's The Lion King roared into theaters, becoming one of the highest-grossing animated films of all time. Pixar transformed the animation industry by producing Toy Story, the first full-length computer-animated film, and DreamWorks followed Shrek's cheeky charm, captivating audiences with bold humor and innovative animation. But what set these films apart wasn't their box office success, it was the boundless creativity and fearlessness of their creators. Visionary storytellers like Walt Disney, John Lasseter, and Jeffrey Katzenberg dared to dream big, pushing the boundaries of what animation could achieve. They weren't afraid to tackle complex themes or take risks, and their boldness paid off in spades. But those stormless days are but a distant memory now. The once glorious empire of Western animation has fallen from grace, leaving behind a hollow shell of its former self. The franchise's fatigue. Everything was fine at first, but then somewhere along the way something changed. Instead of investing in new original stories, studios began whisking out endless sequels, prequels, and spin-offs, and the franchises once celebrated for their innovation became stale and predictable, with sequels and reboots flooding the market. It wasn't about telling compelling stories now, but it was about milking successful formulas for all they were worth. Disney, once synonymous with innovation, now churns out sequel after sequel, diluting the magic of its beloved classics. DreamWorks' endless Shrek spin-offs, and the list goes on. But the rot doesn't stop there. Pixar, Sony Animation, and other major players in the industry have fallen prey to the same insidious trend. News outlets buzz with headlines reporting on the supposed decline of creativity in Hollywood. But some of the most prestigious publications, such as the New York Times and many others, discuss the potential impact of this trend on box office returns and audience interest, which have been dwindling in recent years. Moreover, Western animation is facing dark clouds due to lack of risk-taking. Lack of risk-taking. Where did the risk-taking spirit of animation go? It seemed like studios were playing it safe, whipping out cookie-cutter films that cater to the lowest common denominator. Originality has taken a backseat to marketability, leaving audiences craving something more. Remember when The Night Before Christmas was considered a risky move? Now, it's practically a relic of a bygone era, a reminder of what animation used to be. In the animation history, there was a time when risk-taking was not just encouraged, it was celebrated. Films like Tim Burton's The Night Before Christmas dared to defy convention, blending dark themes with whimsical animation in a way that captivated audiences worldwide. But as the years passed, the once bold spirit of innovation began to wane, replaced by a relentless pursuit of profit. The Guardian and The Hollywood Reporter agreed with fans who were disappointed by the lack of risk-taking in recent animated movies. They said that big companies care more about making money than creating something new. As a result, they don't give creative people a chance to share their ideas. Instead, they stick to what they know will make money, playing it safe. As a result, the landscape of Western animation became saturated with formulaic plots, recycled tropes, and predictable outcomes. The very essence of what made animation magical, the element of surprise, the thrill of the unknown, was lost in a sea of mediocrity. Voicing concerns. In recent years, there's been another growing unease among animation enthusiasts. Are big-name actors overshadowing the artistry of animated films? The glamour of celebrity voices has become a double-edged sword, drawing attention away from the storytelling and towards the star-studded cast lists. But at what cost? Lots of experts have been talking about how they're putting famous actors in animated movies instead of using voice actors who know how to do the job best. It's true that having big names might make more people want to see the movie, but it can also take away from the experience of being in the movie because the famous voice can remind people that they're watching a movie instead of getting lost in the story. Moreover, the sky-high salaries demanded by these big-name actors can inflate production budgets, leaving less room for investment in other aspects of the filmmaking process. As a result, some argue that the emphasis on star power has led to a decline in the overall quality of animated movies. But perhaps the most troubling aspect is the potential impact on aspiring voice actors who may find themselves sidelined in favor of Hollywood elites. In an industry already struggling with diversity and representation, this trend threatens to further marginalize voices that deserve to be heard. Anime fever. In the kingdom of animation, a new challenger emerged to dethrone the once untouchable reign of Disney, the anime. With its distinctive art style, immersive storytelling, and diverse range of genres, anime quickly captivated audiences worldwide and left traditional Western animation in its wake. News articles from reputable sources like the New York Times and BBC News chronicled the rise of anime as a global phenomenon, citing its ability to resonate with audiences of all ages and backgrounds. From the sprawling epics of Naruto and One Piece to the intimate dramas of Your Lie in April and Spirited Away, anime offers a depth and complexity that few Western animated films could match.
Almost had me there.
But, Sensei, how did you... 忘れないでね。
Hang on, almost there.
Master Haku! Where have you been?
But perhaps the most striking aspect of anime's success was its willingness to tackle mature themes and explore taboo subjects with nuance and sensitivity. While Disney remained bound by the constraints of family-friendly storytelling, anime pushed the boundaries of what animation could achieve, delving into the darkest corners of the human experience with unflinching honesty. As a result, anime found a devoted fan base not just in its native Japan, but also across the globe. Its influence extended beyond the screen, inspiring a new generation of artists, writers, and filmmakers to explore the possibilities of animation in ways never before imagined. CGI. Animation used to be super cool and creative, with amazing stories that would blow your mind. Remember when Disney movies were all hand-drawn and timeless? Nowadays, animated films are all about computer-generated graphics and making bank. It's like all the creativity has gone out the window in favor of big profits. It's a real shame that things have changed so much in just the last 20 years. It's a sad reality that traditional hand-drawn animation films like the classic Lilo and Stitch from Disney can't compete with the huge box office numbers of computer-generated animated movies such as Finding Nemo.
Come to order. Let us all say the pledge. I now and I shall.
This shift in the industry is not a great sign for the future of the art of animation, especially with big studios like Disney moving away from their hand-drawn roots and focusing more on CGI movies like Tangled. The new trend of making live-action remakes
Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance.
is ruining the charm of creativity and animation. The scenes that were once full of life and character are now boring and uninteresting. Creative stagnation. And let's not forget about the creative stagnation in the animation industry. They're so focused on establishing franchises and safe bets that there's little room for few voices to break through. The same old cliches and repeated plots are churned out over and over, making viewers feel disillusioned and uninspired. It's nothing like the innovation spirit that once defined Western animation. It's pretty crazy how the animation industry is stuck in a rut. They've got so much potential to tell amazing stories, but instead they keep making the same old movies with the same old characters, and who does that benefit? Nobody. We need new voices and fresh ideas, not the same old formulaic stuff. The creative block is not just a thing in movies, but it's everywhere in the industry. New animators are forced to follow the same old norms instead of exploring their own styles. It's like they're stuck in a never-ending cycle of sameness. The way forward. As we come to the end of this, we can see that the industry is facing a serious problem of stagnation. However, in the bleak landscape, there is still a glimmer of hope. The decline of Western animation is not just a story of downfall, but also a warning about complacency and conformity. there is a growing concern that the animation industry is losing its artistic flair as creativity takes a backseat to commercial success. In recent years, we have witnessed the commodification of art, with innovation taking a backseat to profitability. However, there is a glimmer of hope on the horizon as a new wave of animation enthusiasts emerges, determining to reignite the passion and soul of the medium. With their unwavering commitment to restoring the industry's former glory, there is a sense of optimism that a new dawn of creativity is on the horizon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give a like, comment and subscribe.